This podcast is brought to you by eBizradio, the place to go if you want to know about the world of business. For daily podcast and article uploads, go to eBizradio.com or give us a follow on Twitter at eBizradio Global. My name is Nick Snow, and joining me for an edition of BizWise is Sam Taylor from liferetreat.co.za. Sam, you mentioned earlier to me before we began this podcast that it's a family business. Of course, you started it with your mom and your sister, so that's obviously very, very nice, keeping it close to home. But tell us a little bit more about why you guys decided to get it started.
Hi, Nick. Thanks so much. Okay, basically, my mom, my sister, and I, for years, have wanted to blog and tell everyone about our travels and clothes and products that we love. So what we did was we made a website based around blogging. We've got an online shop. We blog on events, charity organizations, entertainment, and tons of other lifestyle-related topics. So we trade as LELC, as you'll notice on our logo. It means live, embrace, love, cherish. We chose this name because these are very important values in life, and also because all 6 of my family members have the same tattoo of these words.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So obviously
Life
keeping it
Retreat,
nice and close again, and bringing it kind of to something that brings all you guys together.
Yes. So it's definitely something that, our family is very close. We love being together, and we're all very different. So we can all bring something different to the table, to the website, and, create something that's interesting for our readers.
Absolutely. So now, of course, you had quite a massive response. And why do you think there was so much appeal in this website?
Life Retreat itself came about because we wanted to offer our clients an experience. So when they view our website, it should be a place where they can learn and grow. We do retreats around the world. So our first one was in Mozambique last year, where a group of us went to the most beautiful 5-star villa on the beach and did all sorts of activities like yoga, meditation, TRE. So that we'll continue doing in the future. Another thing that's a little different to most companies is that if a client emails us asking for advice on either an ailment or weight loss or beauty product, but don't know where and what they should be using or where they can get it from. So we can send our clients a list of products that they might be interested in, and all the products that we list will be available on our shop. I see.
So you're really creating a central place for people to come, find out the information that they need to know, and then obviously use it themselves or give it to their friends.
Yes, of course.
So your particular events that you may get contacted to do, how would they work? And if someone was really unsure of what they might require from you, how would you pitch yourself to fill a gap in whatever wellness need that they may have?
Well, basically, if someone comes to us and they say, we've just put a blog on psoriasis. So if someone has an interest on an ailment that they would like to know more about, we can then go do our research,
I see.
Do a nice blog, and we'll have the products for them to use.
So now, obviously, you're creating a bit of a retail environment as well, I see. So can people then find links to buy the particular remedy through your website?
Yes. So our online shop, we've got a lot of different categories, beauty products, food products. We've just started a category for men. I think we can't forget about our men in this world. So, in the future, we're going to be doing a ladies' clothing range, a men's clothing range. We've got a couple of men's products on, as well as some men guest bloggers. So we want to try capture a huge target market that's women and men of all ages.
Right, I see. And so it's not just those folks who have something that they may be struggling with, such as you mentioned earlier, psoriasis, but generally, how can I make myself feel better, work better, function better? Take a look at your site, and there's most likely a community developed around people helping each other.
Of course. We've got so many different categories. We've got life coaching, we've got fitness, we've got health and wellness, we've got entertainment and music, or books and movies. We've got such a huge variety. So literally anyone that wants to go learn more, or if someone has an interest, will be able to blog on that. We've got a lot of interest in guest bloggers at the moment, so we welcome guest bloggers. They can email us a blog, and we'll obviously on our website say who wrote the blog. So that's also something great, because then we've got a lot of content for our readers.
And so obviously by developing content, what are your ultimate aims?
Our ultimate aim is for men and women of all ages just wanting to live a better lifestyle, a healthier lifestyle. We want to teach everyone a lot about health and wellness, because I think it's so important. And I think in today's society, there's so much around us that we don't know what to concentrate on. So we basically want to have such a broad spectrum of, content for everyone.
Absolutely. So it's not just for folks who as now you're saying, it's not just for folks who might have an illness or something that they're struggling with, but it's just, how do I relax? How do I switch off from life? How do I disengage from my business environment?
Yes, of course. I mean, we blog on travel, we blog on such a variety of things. So it's really for anyone that wants to go read something interesting, learn about something around the world. We do food, we do restaurants, we do products. I mean, as bloggers we do a lot of reviews on hotels and, a whole lot of different places.
So basically a one-stop shop for those people looking to get better, feel better, be better, and move better, and do business better. It's just a really great space for people to come together to help themselves out, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Yeah. So tell us about some future events that you have planned that people can get involved with.
Well, we're actually working on a charity initiative at the moment, which is, obviously takes a bit of time doing these things, but we want to get as much of the community as we can to, instead of just throwing money towards a charity, we can do something useful with our time and our effort.
Yes.
And, it's going to be something different. We want our community to interact together and make this world a better place. We're also so interested in partnering up with other businesses or business ventures. We really believe in life it's all about helping each other grow. Yes,
absolutely. Because only through collective experience can, you can find that the advice is so much better.
Of course, yeah.
So now, if people want to get involved with your events, or if a business had to come to you and say, what, we really feel as though our employees are a little bit overworked at the moment, especially I know towards the end of the year, people often begin to suffer from things like burnout or overworking, trying to get the targets done for the year. If you had to go into a business, how would you tackle helping the employees kind of relax and focus towards that stressful part of the year?
So the three of us, obviously, we all come from a health background where, Keri's a yoga teacher, Trish is part of the psychology, and TRE, which is trauma relief exercises. We could go into business, we can teach them life coaching skills, we can teach them how to relax, how to just take a moment of their time to focus again. I know the end of the year becomes so busy, and in general, life is so busy with all our demands. So we could put a retreat together, depending on what the client wants. We could do tea ceremonies, we can do beauty products, we could do a beauty buffet where it's a ladies, or we could do a combination of men and ladies and, bring something different.
Absolutely. So it's not just it's more about wellness and maintenance rather than like dealing with any issues that may be arising. You almost want to avoid them in the first place by bringing together like-minded people.
Yes, of course.
So now, if people would like to attend a couple of your events, do you have any open to the general public?
Well, at the moment, what we're doing is our events, all our future events will be open to the general public. Our charity events, obviously, will be targeting a certain market that will be invited to a dinner or something interesting that we'll be working on. For other people's events, they can advertise their events on our online diary. We also have advertising banners that other businesses can buy from us. We monitor everyone's impressions, so we've got the whole website, working on a bit of a routine here.
Yeah, I see.
And yeah, so a lot of our clients load their events onto our site, and when our viewers come on, they can basically choose what they feel like doing.
That sounds absolutely fantastic. So it's really going to be a nice selection of choosing what you need at what particular time you need it, instead of sometimes going to those all-day seminars where you may be roped into a whole lot of other activities that really don't appeal to you too much.
Yes, of course. I mean, our focus is just we want every single person to be happy. So we want as much feedback as we can. If we do a retreat or if we do an event, we'll obviously say, 1 o'clock you can come see this, or 2 o'clock you can come and experience this. So we really want to do something different and something broad for the whole community.
Yes.
Our favorite thing is obviously interacting with our clients. I think that's the most important thing.
Yes.
So if our clients want to hear about a certain topic or see something interesting, we'll work on that.
And I really suppose it helps you grow as well. It helps you find more people that say, well, now we've got a client that's come to us with this particular situation. Does anybody out there have any feedback or input which they could help us help them?
Yeah. Yes, that's exactly what we want to do. I think everyone needs to grow together, and I mean, it's such a social community we live in. We've got a lot of social media. I mean, people can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. We've got lots of ideas, and I do believe we grow together. We help one another to grow in business and in life.
That sounds absolutely fantastic, Sam. So now, if folks want to get in touch with you, where do they go? Tell me about the Twitters and the websites and the blogs. How do they find you?
Okay, so basically our website has all this information, which is www.liferetreat.co.za. Or you can email us at info@liferetreat.co.za. On our website, we do have a contact category, so all our Instagram and Pinterest and Twitter, everything's up there, so you can just follow us from there.
Absolutely brilliant. Sounds like a fantastic thing to do, and I do encourage our listeners out there to pop over and have a listen. And it brings us quite nicely to the end of this edition of BizWise. Sam, thank you very much for taking the time and chatting to me right here.
Thank you, Nick. I appreciate it.